everybody. Oh my gosh, this is gonna throw me off so much. I have a first things first, but I'm too excited. Ah! Okay. First things first, bad at buttons. Despite Twitch's insistence that it wasn't ready, pat yourself on the back. You're the first viewer to redeem first this week. Good for you. But hello, Willis, and hello, Willis. That's so wonderful. It's really lovely to meet you. Thank you for hanging out with us for a bit tonight. Sorry to call you out so directly and immediately. I'm just too excited. That's so sweet. Okay, welcome in everybody. I'm Lady QEW. I'll calm down soon enough, but we all know that's not what we're here for.
Petulant Cobra just resubscribed for 35 months. Only 2 more months till 3 actual years. Hashtag Twitch math.
Hashtag Twitch math indeed. Wow, 35 months. Huh, that's like almost a year, Petulant Cobra. Anyway, Bada Buttons and Petulant Cobra both, thank you so much for those resubs. Thank you for that support. The mic is trying so hard, Willis. You have no idea. I'm sure I shorted it out like 12 times. I need to calm down, but you know, we'll get there one day. One of these days, we will make it to a year. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. It is wonderful to see you. I'm going to scroll back up in my chat and I'm going to say some real hellos. It is a Wednesday, and so we're here, and I hope your Wednesday is going wonderfully so far. And so welcome in. Hello, Erica. Thank you very much for giving me actual Greek. I'm still probably going to flunk it, but that's okay. I looked at it and went, am I certain about which letter that is? And I'm not, but I could use the practice and maybe the embarrassment, so here we go. And hello again to Buttons. Hello, Boo. Lovely to see you. And of course, Willis, and of course, Willis Wifey, and of course, S&K. It is delightful to have you all here. I know I saw Poison Darth Frog. There we go. I did see a Poison Darth Frog. That's awesome. This feels like all of my favorite people are here, which is normal. And also some of my favorite people are not here. I should specify that. I have lots of favorite people on Twitch, and it's really delightful to see you all. And hello, Plum. I see you too. You were sneaking in there, which is all good. And then Cobra. And then hello, Quill. Nice to see you too. I hope you're doing well. Erica, Greek maybe would be a slight improvement, just a slight improvement off of, can I remind y'all? Hello, Kate Bloomer. This was last week. This thing, it's beautiful. It's like a whole sentence. I love it. And I'm going to have to erase it from the chalkboard. And that's totally fine. It's all Greek too, Poison Darth Frog, including the English. That seems odd to me. So we're going to deal with the usual necessities. We'll get those out of the way before we actually start gameplay. But as usual, I'm playing Zelda. It's been a hot minute since we've played anything other than Zelda. So that's where we're at. Oh my goodness. Snacks. We're getting snacks too. I have to be careful. And on Wednesdays, we wear pink. I don't know if anyone else is wearing pink, but I actually remembered to do that this morning. So chat, how are you doing tonight? How goes your week? I hope y'all are having a wonderful one. I have had some real ups and downs. And by downs, I mostly mean, why do bosses change their minds? They decide things, and then I start working on them, and then they change their minds after I've already been working on them. And that just seems unfair to me. Bosses are illegal? Oh, that's good to know, Petulant Cobra. I will be sure to inform mine. Omorphos, I think is how I would say that, Erica. Because I think that's a theta and not a phi, but it might be Omorphos. It might be Omorphos, actually. A theta doesn't have the tail. So Omorphos is my guess so far on that. Bosses must be defeated. As a boss, I can confirm. Well, Petulant Cobra, I'm glad that you're aware of your own illegality. The oncoming storm, welcome in, and thank you for redeeming third. Also, What up, Willis? Thank you for redeeming third a long time ago that I missed. Normally I like interrupt myself to do thirds and I think I missed it. You had a fun problem with Theta the other day? Please share this, Petulant Cobra, because what? The boss has entered phase 2, just one phase left. Your boss, see, Quill, your boss keeps changing her mind too. Sometimes I give her time out. I solid would love that. Okay. I'm trying to figure out how to summarize this because my job's a little bit weird and is fairly unique. Oh, my Greek penmanship. It's been so long. Ooh, that's not a great version of that, but we'll work with it. We're fine. Okay. Ooh. Oh my gosh, my mouse isn't working. There we go. So this is the word of the stream. We have omegas. We have a mu. We have a rho. We have, I think this is a phi, and a sigma. And so I think it's omorphos. But I'm not 100% confident in that. And so I'm going to listen to the audio as I usually do. And we're going to see how it goes. Trying to copy some text out of a PDF. Every instance of lowercase ti pasted in as theta. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever heard. This is a known issue that can happen with the Calibri font. I love that issue. That's too funny. I don't know how you handled that sort of thing. That seems just impossible. Okay. Wow, why did I have 12 notifications on my phone? Apparently. This is fine. You fixed it with a find and replace? That's very smart. Willis Wifey, you have some very cute emotes. Which I am looking at. Okay. You know what? Fine. It was an omorphos because the stress was on the first syllable. I got all of the letters right. I will give myself that. I think I did great. And that was a wonderful word of the stream. So thank you very much, Erica, for redeeming an actual Greek word of the stream, which is delightful. Oh, I have so many things to do. Boo! Thank you for redeeming seasonal candy and non-seasonal candy and dehydrate and hydrate. And also stretch. Okay, we're gonna stretch, and then Willis redeemed a Lady Kiwi heart emotes. Those are so lovely. I knew it.
Willis_wifey just subscribed. Plumberry gifted a tier 1 sub to Willis_wifey. They have given 128 gift subs in the channel.
Plum, thank you. All the snacks for you. That's amazing. Plum, thank you so much for gifting that sub. Willis Wifey, please enjoy your gifted sub and your Lady Q emotes for the next month. We have several. I know you made use of a follower emote already, but now you have more. And so please enjoy those. It's great. Sometimes apostrophes ends up translated as a string of every weird symbol in existence. That's true. You know what? I've seen that. That is a great point. Okay, so we're gonna take a trip through. So first I'm gonna pop up Bun for Lady Kiwi Wired. Oh boy. Go away, worm. You're too warm. Bam. There we go. We're so excited today. She's not even on the ground. Look at her. I love her. She's great. Cool. And then we're going to explain all of the snacks because this is where we're at the explanation of snacks. So chat, I hope you are ready for another snack explanation. I suppose that is a term. So Boo, thank you for redeeming Hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. I'm using my dumpster fire mug tonight because it is so warm in here. I'm pretty sure I'm just on fire. Now for my dehydrate, this is something that I actually find kind of interesting. I found me a bag of these. So, hello Pseudo Rudo, lovely to see you. So, y'all know I love me some Cool Ranch Doritos, but like, what is that? I mean, it's intense pickle. I can read. But also, what is that? It says collisions. I swear I can still read. But I was like, what? Hello? And I thought it might be fun to attempt it. Intriguing, indeed. Also, my life is a dumpster fire, so we've got we're fine. So I'm gonna give these a try because do I get the mango habanero Doritos up there? If I did, I would not buy them, nor would I try them. Absolutely not. Maybe. So the thing is, there was a mashup with jalapeno, I think, on the shelf underneath this one, and I just visually skipped over it because I know that I can't handle high levels of spice, and I have no desire to. And so that didn't seem, and like K Menzel doesn't like Doritos, so it wouldn't even be fun. Okay, so what does Cool Ranch / collided with intense pickle? What does that taste like? Oh my god! Okay, they were not kidding about intense. The ranch is too cool for the pickle's intensity. So I put this in my mouth and I went, yeah, a Cool Ranch Dorito. And then I bit. And I think it was just a coincidence because, like, I think I just hadn't got whatever the dust for the pickle was on my tongue yet. But it was just suddenly like, pickle. Brilliant. Pickle powder on the inside of the chip. Maybe. That one was much more Cool Ranch with a much lighter pickle, so I think I got the correct first chip for this bag. That's great. So I've done my hydrate, I've done my dehydrate. Now it's time for a quick story time again, because we have had a seasonal candy redemption. It's May. And May doesn't have much in the way of holidays, but it does have one. And that is Mother's Day. Or at least it has one major one for me, because I have a mother, as so many do. Determine what I'm quoting that from. And I happen to love my mother. And I know that's not the case for everybody. Not everybody has great relationships with their parents, but I have a great relationship with my mom. And my mom has a great relationship with Lindor chocolate. That could have been a worse transition. I used to routinely go to outlet malls with my mom when we were on vacation to pick up some of these guys. And so what I did this month, because there's no inherent Mother's Day candy, I'm so glad you also have a mother, points Darthbrug. There isn't inherent Mother's Day candy. And so what I did was I asked my mom what candy she would like to sponsor in honor of Mother's Day, and she picked Lindor chocolates. So that is my seasonal candy. Thank you, Boo, very much for that redemption. And if anyone remembers last week, they were just pure liquid in this, so they have spent a week in the fridge, and they're much more like chocolate now. And then I think I have at least 2 non-seasonal candies, because I got one from Boo. Aw! That's fantastic, Kate! Anyone female identifying whether or not they have kids. That sounds delightful. I hope that that was a good time. Okay. So I have 2 non-seasonal candies, and then I need to spill some tea. So thank you, Boo, for redeeming non-seasonal candy, and Pseudo Rudo for redeeming non-seasonal candy, and thank you, Plumberry Muffin, for redeeming Spill the Tea. And then I will finally be somewhat caught up on this. My non-seasonal candy, this is just gonna come out so cheesy. My non-seasonal candies are cinnamon hearts because I love my mommy, and so hearts. There we go. And I'm just gonna take, normally I do like 2 or 3 for each redemption. So I'm just gonna put 6 of these in my mouth and we'll see if I die. Because they are cinnamon hearts. And you never know. One might. And in the meantime, Plum, are you curious what I'm drinking out of my dumpster fire mug? I figured you would be. So, it is hot here. It is so warm in this corner. So I'm actually drinking homemade iced tea. This isn't like canned or anything like that. This is a tea bag that you steep in chilled water, and then I added ice cubes to it to make homemade iced tea, which is pretty cool. I'm glad going to urgent care was unrelated, Kate, but I'm also glad you specified. I was expecting nachos when you said it would be cheesy. Sorry about that. If I had planned better, they would have been nachos. So, welcome in, everybody. It's so lovely to see you. It's so lovely to be here. And thank you all for popping in, for saying hi, and for throwing your redemptions at me as per usual. This is such a normal start to stream. I mean, normally I'm slightly less hyper, but this is such a normal start to stream that I'm like, I can't get anything done. There's too many things going on. But when I can get things done, they usually involve playing Nintendo games. I started in January of 2023. I started playing through my collection of Legend of Zelda games. I have a lot of Legend of Zelda games. That being said, I haven't played even close to all of them yet because I'm seeking to 100% them. Only at 15 minutes, we can't start yet. What up, Alice? Thank you very much for redeeming Lady Q's book reviews. I almost want to say buckle up, Buttercup. I think that this first review today is going to be fairly short because I don't want to spoil this book, because I want everyone to read this book, because there are a number of books that you guys in chat suggested a few weeks ago when I did a book review. And some of them I'm still on holds list for, but some of them I was actually able to get and read. And so I'm going to choose one of those. And I do actually recommend that people read this book, which means I am going to try to keep it spoiler free, but I also can make no promises because I get super excited about books. And so it does specify that there may be spoilers, and I will try to keep them as insignificant spoilers. But one of the books that I had on hold that came up this week was Legends and Lattes, which is one of the books that I already had on hold. I've had it on hold for like 6 weeks on my library app. But 2 is a book that people in the community actually suggested and were like, hey, you might like this. And I was like, I can almost guarantee I will like this. Yes, I did read it. It's so good. Sorry, I'm just trying to get the author because I don't remember jazz like that, and it's fine. It's got like a prequel, and I don't know. Okay, Travis Baldry. I'm just gonna. It's this. Nope. Nope. We're fine. We all know what it is. Just Google it. So, I know some of y'all have experiences playing D&D, and some of y'all may know that I too have experiences playing D&D, short for Dungeons and Dragons, just in case there's anyone here who doesn't know that. I have always been into D&D for the dragons, but also for the character creation, and also for the like round table style of storytelling. Like everybody participates in the telling of the story. And I find that really fascinating, and I really enjoy it. And so I've played a lot of D&D. I can almost guarantee that Travis rolled character sheets for everyone in this book. Because this is basically what happens when you're playing D&D and you want your character to retire and open a coffee shop. That's this book. Now, if you did not know those things, first of all, I have not spoiled anything that you didn't learn in like chapter 1 of the book. So like, don't, you can at me, I'm not afraid of you, but don't at me because I haven't spoiled anything. This is the premise. It's literally called Legends and Lattes. If you didn't know there was coffee. Anyway, I was thinking about this because there is a specific type of fantasy that I kind of enjoy, and I want to call it unapologetic fantasy. And what I mean when I say that is it is fantasy. Plum, don't even. It's fantasy that is completely off the wall bananas and refuses to apologize for it. And it's just like, this is what you're here for, right? This is fantasy. You can't tell me that I can't not do this. And I will always love those types of books. I will always love those types of stories. I will always enjoy those types, and like, they're just so fun when they don't take themselves too seriously. And this isn't the only place that I've seen that. So Kay Menzel and I, this is my example. We're still in the middle of the book review. Oh my gosh. The oncoming storm using the bonk command on Plum for the first time. Poison Darthfrog, I'm so glad that you wrote your wizards that way. That's the best way to write wizards. Hey chat, did you know I had a bonk command and you can actually @bonk other people? We're still in a book review right now, so class, I would like you to pay attention. I would not. Please do as you choose. This is a very, Willis, I think this pattern of chat might have been from before you ever joined. It was really popular for a time. Oh, good job, Kate Bloomer. Good job. Okay, you guys enjoy learning about that particular chat command while I continue talking about this. So this is my comparison because I don't want to spoil Legends and Lattes. So I'm going to bring in a comparison zone here. And what comparison zone I'm going to bring in is a little known television show, which if Kay Menzel were here, he would be able to confirm whether or not it was Canadian. For some reason, I think it is. Hey, look, I had actually been bogged before. That shocks me. It is a show that had a very short run in the early 2000s called Jack of All Trades. The oncoming storm. That was absolutely brilliant intuition from you. So Jack of All Trades is a show that is unapologetic fantasy in that it is set during the time of the Napoleonic Wars, and it's about an American spy and a British spy who are trying to coordinate their efforts in order to bring down Napoleon. And so they're united against the French, basically. It is a comedy, essentially. It's there for the funny. It was not a Xena spinoff, which is a little bit shocking. But it was at around the same time. And so anyway, it's about these two people. And for the first couple of episodes, potentially even for the first arc, it starts out as though it's like going to be normal, and it lulls you into a false sense of security. And then it basically calls, so the British spy, she's a scientist and she depends on technology to like, and stealth and sneakiness. And Jack is a fairly typical characterization of an American. He's very direct. So he fights things, which is fine. We need someone to do that. We need the muscle along with the brains. So essentially he represents the muscle and she represents the brains. And it was around the point in time when after the first story arc, she just casually invented a submarine that I went, oh, I see. You are unconcerned with any sort of realism or connection to reality here. And so the episode that we watched most recently involved her soaking the cloak for her muscle's alter ego in a chemical compound that she had just invented to make him a bulletproof cloak, which was necessary because Napoleon in that episode had a like wind up machine gun. And this is what I mean when I say I love unapologetic fantasy. Is that realistic? No. Is that how science works? Absolutely not. Do they care? Also, no. And that is different from suggesting that Maine is north of the Arctic Circle, which is just a violation of everything. If you need me to take your book seriously, you're going to have to actually put some common sense thinking into your science in order to prevent me from losing my immersion. But in the case of Legends and Lattes, very much like Jack of all trades. Do I need to believe that coffee machines are a thing? Okay, I'm there. You are unapologetic about how you are going to accomplish what you want to accomplish, and I am there. And I loved it. And there were a lot of things to recommend this. The thing is, I don't always get excited about other people's D&D characters. I often get excited about my D&D characters. And yet sometimes. And so I've played with some very cool characters that were not designed by me. But if I don't know the person designing them, I'm less invested in getting to know the character. And so because this gives me such strong vibes of definitely being a D&D campaign, what I could say is if this author, when they do character creation, I'd be invested. These were actually really sweet characters, really interesting characters. They shared some fascinating themes, and truly, it made certain aspects of it difficult for me to predict. Like, you kind of expect stories to flow in a particular way, and I really loved that about halfway through the book, I got massive anxiety because when I'm reading on my app, it's a lot more difficult for me to flip to the end and just make sure everybody's happy at the end and then flip back to where I'm reading. And about halfway through, I was like, can I trust that there's going to be a happy ending? I can't check. And that's how invested I was in it. And so there you go. There's your book review. If you haven't read Legends and Lattes, you probably should. And if you don't have the ability to check it out from your library, maybe just buy it because it seems like it would be worth it. I thought it was a fun romp. Like, if you just want your D&D character to retire and figure out what they're going to do after doing all of the things that they did during the ridiculous campaign that got them to level 20, might as well have them open a coffee shop. That's what I'll say. I had to bring back the very North Maine. It was the most ridiculous thing that has ever happened. That's true. Xena and Hercules didn't much care for consistent historical timelines. They did absolutely have Abraham and Jesus within a few years of each other, and they also had them as being coexistent with other things that should have been thousands of years before or like 1,000 years after. Like, historicity is not what Xena was about, and that's fine. That was fine for the early 2000s. She was still absolutely amazing. Yes, queen. Go Lucy Lawless. Thank you for the applause, Willis. I truly hope that you are able to enjoy that book at some point. I really liked it. The cinnamon hearts are starting to get pretty spicy in my mouth. And so maybe at this point we can play some video games. So chat, I'm playing Majora's Mask. I'm trying to 100% Majora's Mask, which means the fact that there is a hole there is a glaring problem. What's a video game? Plum, do you know the song What is a Blouse by Zach and Jess? Also, does anyone in chat know what I'm talking about, not just Plum? Excuse me for a minute. I'm gonna be further distracted from the video game. You know what? It might be the same character. You make a good point, Poisoned Earth Frog. We don't really know when Xena and Hercules happened. Maybe they were at the same time as the Napoleonic Wars. We'll just allow. I think this won't ban me from my own chat. Can I permit myself just in case it does? I'll try it first. Okay, so it seems, actually, you know what? I kind of want to throw it in my Discord because I don't really want people jumping over and listening to it right now while I'm playing. Shoot. But not everybody's in Discord. Okay, okay. I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna regret it. They don't always have clean language. So if you do click this link, please understand this is a comedy duo. They're trying to make you laugh. And the song, it is a song. Yes, I repeat, a song that is 3 minutes long called What is a Blouse? If that sounds interesting to you, you have been warned. Please feel free to enjoy. I'll try not to be too interesting for the next 3 minutes. But I make no promises. So, we're playing Majora's Mask. We're trying to 100% this. It is quite the hefty thing. We are also aware, I'm using the royal we at this point, or maybe me and Link, I don't know. I'm also aware that there's certain aspects of this game that are super not fun. So I've been trying to beat the swamp shooting gallery and I cannot for the life of me, which means I may not get a quiver upgrade and a piece of heart. Hello, buttons. But that's okay. I'll do my best to do what I can. Sending a link in my own chat, how dare I? Well, you know what, the oncoming storm? No links in chat isn't here. That's okay. I'll just do it this way. Oh, you're actually here now. Twere lurking before. Well, you still got first, so props to you and good job. Just 2 masks left, Poisoned Earth Frog. I need this mask, and then we'll ignore the dot in the corner for now. I have all of the bottles now, which is great. So the empty space on the far side of this screen, those are items that don't stick around. They're like quest items. It's where you put letters and pendants and other things that you get from the Anju Cafe quest. And so that's not something I can fill and keep full. We've explored the whole map. We have all of the songs. We have the upgraded sword. We have the upgraded bomb bag. We have the remains. And it is important to double check the bomber's notebook as one does. So there's a couple of these we haven't finished yet. We have not fixed the postman's problem. I imagine that that's because we haven't found him in that blue bar on the final night there. And I'm pretty sure that that's how we earn the final mask. My supplement for no links in chat. I love that. And we haven't fixed the mayor's problem yet, but I think I can do that now. That's the first thing that I'm going to try to do. So what we have accomplished most recently is we went through the whole Anju Cafe quest, which is the longest side quest in Majora's Mask. We got them together. So they're a happy couple again, which is great. And that's how we earned this, the couple's mask. When you look at the couple's mask info, it tells you that you can soften people's hearts. And I remember a cutscene from like the first week that I was playing this ages and ages ago, because it was like a 12-minute cutscene. It felt so long. I went into the mayor's office on the morning of day 1 and everyone was arguing. And I'm pretty sure if I go in wearing this, I might be able to fix the argument and that might fix the mayor's issue, which would get me another tick in the bomber's notebook. So that's my like first plan, but the thing is I have to go back through the Anju Cafe quest a second time because I got most things, but there's a spot where you are given a letter that is an express delivery. And if you deliver it by hand, you get a different quest outcome than if you don't. And so I have delivered it by hand. That's what got me the 6th bottle. But I also need to somehow get it to the postman. I don't know if I'm supposed to put an express delivery. If someone knows this, I would actually love to know the answer to this because I don't want to muck it up. Boo, thank you for redeeming. Keep doing what you're doing. I did continue to talk for a really long time. And thank you also for redeeming Spill the Tea. I am drinking homemade iced tea today from a bag. It is like a light-ish black tea, I believe. And I steeped it in chilled cold water and added ice cubes. Okay. Okay. So if anyone happens to know when I get the special delivery to Mama letter. Oh, there we go. Never mind. I was like, do I have to post it or do I have to find the postman? And I think I have to find the postman. I'm supposed to bring it to the post office directly. And so that should give me a different outcome. So that's the principal aspect of what we're doing is we're going to do, it is tea time again because more than one person redeemed it. And they like, I didn't put a redemption limit on spilling the tea because people don't always come and stay for the whole stream. And if there's someone curious about what I'm drinking, I don't want them to have been timed out from asking. So you might hear me say it a few times. And I hope you guys will be patient while I learn about new things and how to work with new redemptions. Okay, so I understand better what I'm supposed to do. My first required event isn't really required. You were so ready to answer that once the question was finished. Thank you, Pseudo-Runo. I'm glad you've got my back here. So there's a lot of stuff on this quest that I can skip this time. I can skip all the optional events because we saw all the cutscenes. I don't actually need to talk to Madame Aroma because she already gave me Kafei's mask. And so the first actual required event is on day 1, sometime after 2:10 p.m., which is when the postman delivers a letter to Anju. I have to talk to Anju, and then I have to meet her in the kitchen. And then I have to mail her letter. And so that means I have the whole morning of the first day right now. I did just reset the time. I no longer need to collect gobs of money, chat. How weird. How weird is that? I maxed out the bank last time I was here. I'm gonna get me a Scarecrow song anyway, even though I don't think I need it. I have already learned it. Bye, Pierre. Okay, so that's just something that I'm getting into the habit of doing. I don't think I need money for, like, any of this. Wait. The town hall is on the other side of town, right? Yeah, the town hall is near the inn. Isn't it? My gosh, it's so easy to get lost when I'm not thinking about it. So I think this is the town hall. Cool, mayor's residence. I did find the correct thing. Okay, 10 a.m. to 8 p.m. So I have to wait till 10. Do you know what the weirdest aspect of this game is for me? This might be hard to explain. You learn the Song of Time and Ocarina of Time, and, like, I have a fairly good musical memory, and so I like learning the songs, and usually I don't need to reference, as long as it's a song that I'm familiar with and I've played relatively often, I don't need to reference the notes of the song anytime I want to play it. And so I'm used to the Song of Time, and I know what the Song of Time is. And when I started playing Majora's Mask, you have the doubled song where you just only play the first 3 notes, but you play each of them twice to make it the 6-note song. And you also have the inverted Song of Time where you just have to play it backwards, which, like, adjusts the slow and fast of the flow of time. And the thing that really throws me off is in my head when I went, okay, so just play it backwards. Do it this way instead. That's like half rewritten the correct Song of Time. And so every time I need to play the inverted Song of Time, I go, am I sure this is the inverted Song of Time? Or is this the actual Song of Time? And I might accidentally reset to the beginning of day 1 right now because actually I'm not sure right this second. It's complicated. My brain is strange and it doesn't understand things sometimes. So, okay, well, we have the time. I can do something with the Keaton mask too, I think. I'm not doing this because I have to, chat. I'm doing this because I want to. I have to wait till 10 o'clock. Yay, money. Do I have any physical reason to leave right now? Hi, did you see my sword? I was very impressive. I swung it at the wall instead of at you. Because I'm non-violent. Just play the inverted Song of Time backwards, problem solved, Poison Death Frog. What a great suggestion. Clearly, if only I had thought of that. It's just so funny to me. It reminds me a lot of how my brother, so like I struggle to learn left from right, and I don't mean I struggle to tell my left from my right. I mean, it has thus far in my life been impossible for me to confidently and assuredly learn my left from my right. That does not mean I have not learned a bajillion's tricks for it. It does mean that the last time my brother was teasing me about this, he said, hold up your hands, Lady QEW. He probably didn't say that directly. Which one do you hold a pencil with? And I went, this one. And he said, great. And is that your right hand or your left hand? And I said, my left. And I have never been left-handed. I know I'm right-handed. I still did it wrong. That's what I mean. There's something fundamentally broken in the part of my brain that learns right from left, but it has no problem with north from south, which is the weirdest distinction that I have ever come across within my own brain. And knowing whether the Song of Time is going forwards or backwards, for some reason, has hit that exact same, is it left or is it right vibe. And I don't know how to know. So that's fun. Technically, I could do the optional thing where I collect a key. Time, man, just move quicker. This is the only time I'm ever going to think this in this entire game. I just want to see if I can fix the couple's mask. You switch from left to right hand, but it's the same hand? I'm not even sure I understand that. It sounds fascinating. Come on. Give me that 10 a.m. I heard from my mom that my dad was dual-handed. Oh, absolutely, I struggle with East v West. No problem with north-south, no problem with up-down. Well, up-down's a little harder to confuse. But, like, huge struggles with left-right and east-west. Even when doing the never eat shredded wheat. Like, I can go never eat shredded wheat and still not know which way is east. Love that guy. So glad he's here. I'm so slow, too. I think this is the mayor's office. Okay. I would love to get around you guys so that I can talk to the mayor. You can figure it out, but it takes longer than it should. It's true. And I used to think I was pretty okay at knowing whether I was making a left turn or a right turn in a car, and then I went to England once, and I am... nope. We to fill out a compass, otherwise you. That's funny. I've lost my train of thought. Right, that was it. My mom was telling me about how my father was diagnosed as dual-handed, which is different from ambidextrous, in that he could only use, like, a pen, for example, with his right hand, but there were certain other things he could only do with his left, and he couldn't swap them back and forth. And so, like most people, if you know sports, which I certainly don't, but when you're a baseball player, you can either bat right-handed or left-handed. When you're a hockey player, you can use the stick right-handed or left-handed. These are like forms specifically. When you use a golf club, you can be right-handed or left-handed. And my dad was not consistent across like any sport. Not all club sports were right-handed or left-handed. There was a mix. He could do some things one way and other things a different way. And he didn't seem to be able to like manage the other way. And so that was just a really interesting fact that I learned about my dad. Like reading a clock that's actually a clock, I cannot do that. It takes so much longer. And often I'm off by an hour. Not automatic, always a conscious effort. Oh! These people seem surprised. Ah! Ah! Ah!
The couple's mask, what a nice reminder. So a young couple has been married.
I wonder, did my wife flee? I don't understand the facial expressions that we are seeing when paired with this question. What? What did you just say?
Yes, everyone. We are all worried for our families. Why don't we end this meeting?
But Mr. Mayor!
These will do whether you're stubborn and will stay and guard your family or if you'd prefer to run far away and seek shelter. That is for people to decide on their own.
Just so much shorter of a cutscene than last time I was here. The seconds keep changing. How dare they? We're all worried our families are leaving us to become married.
Thank you for allowing me to put an end to all that pointless bickering.
Adults are all so stubborn. It is shameful. This is hilarious because at work for the last 2 days, I've been handling all of the customer service inquiries that have come in. And boy, howdy, am I feeling this dialogue right now. A token of gratitude. My face is a void. I refuse to be stubborn. Sorry, there's a very specific way I envisioned that. And it's like that. And so please enjoy that chat. If everyone gets married, there'll be no families left. You draw right left-handed, but use scissors right-handed. Okay. X-Acto knife with both hands, but hold it differently. That makes sense. Pseudo-ambidextrous. I think, like, I don't know if it's still an official word. I'm pretty sure my dad got tested for this in, like, the 80s. Maybe the 70s. Oh my gosh, I'm old. But at the time they called him dual-handed, and I thought that was really interesting. I can use a fork with either hand, but I do use it differently depending on whether it's in my right hand or my left hand, but that's the only thing that I can use in either way.
Well, I may be an unreliable mayor, but at least my family can depend on me. I want to protect my wife.
I saved the mayor from a tedious meeting. No, Willis, I just called me old. Y'all are whatever y'all are. And I would never dare to call, like, my mother, for example. She's not old, but I'm old. My oldness is not comparable or respective to anyone else's oldness or youth. Oh, probably. Or maybe. Or maybe not. Actually, I'm deceptive. I'm much older than people think I am, typically, when they interact with me. But I thought I knew your age, and I thought you were older than me, but only slightly. because I think we've talked about this before. Yes, yes. If you are as old as you feel, then my knees are 85 and my back is maybe 92. And certain other aspects of me are much younger, but like... Koopa, you think I'm in my late 30s, early 40s? Great guess. Oh, Pseudo-Rudo, my knees click when I go up the stairs too! I love it. Statistically, based on the number of years that have passed, I am older. Well, thank you for adjusting your guess down, Koopa. I appreciate that. Not late 30s, just late 30s. My age does round up to 40, technically. Just saying that made me feel so excruciatingly old for a split second, which is extremely funny. Okay, so I figured out what to do with that. Now we've got this mess. Dual-handed. Dad always standing with fisticuffs raised. Listen, he would. You're 36 and people your age say they're so old, and I'm like, let's go hiking for 6 hours. Listen, I would, Plum. I would go hiking for those 6 hours, and then I wouldn't be able to bend my left leg afterwards. I do a lot of walking, and in the last couple of years, it's been very not great. We'd be doing squats afterwards. I'm very impressed with that. So we have to be at the inn, but not immediately. So my walkthrough says that there's something interesting that I can do up here with the Keaton mask. Tad, are we gonna cheat? I think we're gonna cheat. Okay. So I just want to be clear that this is another one of those absurdly difficult pieces of heart. I'm just gonna make me a save state. We're gonna cheat because I'm looking at what it requires and I do not got this. So these are bushes that move and run away. I don't think I have to get them all, do I? Oh, hello. Glorious. So this is what we're here for, chat. I, first of all, had to look this up because I couldn't figure out what I was supposed to do with this mask. This feels almost like it would be a coincidence if you managed to find it. I should probably talk to him to start the cutscene. This is so much more doable when you are playing it more often than once a week. So this is a Keaton. He's a three-tailed fox-like creature. Very cute. Love him. Definitely a fan. However, what the Keaton does is quiz me. I don't know how many questions he's going to ask, but I have to get them all right. And the types of questions that he asks sometimes are fairly obvious. So, for example, because I have the list in front of me now, because we're cheating for this chat. Hello, Icho and Mexico. Welcome in. Mikao is of which race? That's a fairly easy question, because the answer is, of course, Zora. Mikao was the one that died to give us his Zora soul. But, more complicated, what time does Romani go to bed? Go on. Anyone who thinks they might know that one, just throw it out there while I eat some snacks. Mexico, thank you very much for redeeming seasonal candy, non-seasonal candy, dehydrate, and hydrate for 69 channel points. Nice. So I will take a sip of my iced tea. I will grab my Collision Doritos. These are Cool Ranch and Intense Pickle. The pickle is indeed intense. It is 8 Pseudoruto. These are knowable things, but these are very complicated things to know at bedtime. You are right, Poison Darthroak, you can have that. Yes, pickle. That's so pickle. It was a good guess. She would be the sort of child who went to bed at 8. Hi, Daisies. How are you? So I'm going to grab up my seasonal candy. Again, these are a candy that were selected by my mother in honor of Mother's Day. And I am amusing her by eating them. The amount that has melted in just an hour is kind of insane. Great job, Mama Q. She's super good at selecting candy. She goes to bed at 8 so that she can get up at midnight to fight aliens. You are right. Where is she after dinner? I guess she just goes to bed. Listen, 10 out of 10. Great child right there. I am doing very well, Daisies. I've had a lot of ups and downs at work, but overall my attitude has been great throughout, which is good. Oh, that's cool. I haven't ever done it, but that actually seems like that would be a fun... I guess it probably isn't even a cutscene. They're probably just there. And my non-seasonal candy are cinnamon hearts. As I said before, because I love my mama. There we go. So there was Snack Time 2.0. Now it's time for some cheating. I don't know if these are timed or not, and so this is very stressful. Hello, child. If you are attempting to fool me, it is impossible. We kittens can recognize our own by the sheen of our tails. Listen, my back end is very reflective right now. Do you see this mirror shield? I guess it's the wrong type of sheen. Oh well. But you're a good child. Let me put you to a test. Answer me this. Pick one of the 3 choices. See, this is one of the reasons why we need to cheat, chat. How many tiny cow figurines are there in Clocktown? You don't need to know this. You don't need to notice any of them. I think I found like 5, but there's definitely more than that. Secrets %? Oh, that would be cool. Ding ding! All of them? Too many? Both great answers. The answer is 10 though. How many members are there in the Zora band, the Indiegogos? I believe that's 4. That is 4, right? No, because the weirdo is the band manager one of drums, guitar, bass, vocals, organ. 5. There's 5. Bongo, bobblehead, cows %? Well, of course, that's part of the secrets. There's 5. And this one I actually knew. What is the name of Clocktown's inn? The Stockpot Inn. I also knew this one, but I'm going to double check my answer because I don't want to make any mistakes. Stop on in. I am so disappointed that that's not the name of the inn. What does the owner of the bomb shop call his mother? I've seen this cutscene, And I have no idea. Oh, it's not a name. Okay, that helps. So he's not calling her old lady. He's not. Stop on in would have been amazing. That's what I'm saying. Okay. He calls her mommy. But I had to cheat because I don't know. Mamma mia. That's such a good bad joke. What bad habit does Anju the innkeeper have? Worrying about her future husband? Dating kids. I think you're probably right, Sudoruto. That, like, to his mom, he calls her mommy. But I think he might have had dialogue that called her old lady. Because, like, that's what she is in the notebook. So, chat. I cheated for this one. Because... what? This is, like, an opinion question. I have never seen her angry, and I have never seen her cry. Oh, I'm joking. I'm not actually. I've never seen her angry, and I've never seen her cry, despite the fact that her future husband has gone missing. And even when she's reunited with her future husband, and even when her mom is, like, being awful, she does not get angry and she does not cry. So it's obviously the first one. Having important conversations through letters. It's a great answer. It's obviously the first one. But A, I didn't notice her as being quick to apologize in particular. I don't really remember dialogue that's very apology heavy from her. Though I'm sure it exists. But I would like to point out I'm Canadian, so having an I'm sorry somewhere in the dialogue is just like white noise to me. So I might have missed it. But also, whether or not someone is quick to apologize is very much a matter of opinion. And she's allowed to have a different opinion from you. Anyway, she does cry on day 2. That's fair. I have save stated before this quiz. Poisoned Earth Frog. That was my save state. Hee-hoo! Good. Very good. Okay, but to her credit, she's working in customer service in that moment, and she gave the Goron's room away. So... probably he deserved some apologies. Great. That is an extremely difficult piece of heart. Not because it's, like, actually hard, but because the questions are randomized. And so you don't know if you're going to get easy ones or guessable ones, or if you're going to get stuck with how many bobblehead cows are there. No? Just let me go in the door, please. Just gonna be here for a little bit. So those are 2 pieces of heart that I did need to collect. For using the couple's mask and for using the Keaton's mask. That quiz would be really fun. Like, that's the sort of thing that I love to find in Nintendo games, and yet... okay. Quest time. What is the capital of New Guinea? It's true. It was the most. I have played a little bit of Banjo-Kazooie. Banjo-Kazooie was one of my, oh gosh, what did I used to call them? So I used to do this thing back when I streamed more than once a week. There used to be a monthly community redemption where people could contribute channel points towards interrupting my very, very long campaign of doing all the Legend of Zelda games consecutively. And so once a month, they were allowed to redeem channel points to interrupt me, and then I would have a vote for one of 3 games that had been suggested or were interesting or were curious or I was curious about, etc. One of 3 games that chat would vote on and Discord would vote on. So some people did get double votes, that's fine, to figure out what I was going to play. And for one of those, Banjo-Kazooie won. And so I played Banjo-Kazooie for 1 stream duration because Garlic Grove suggested it and was really invested in it, and it was on the NSO N64. I have not played it in its entirety. I have seen a speedrunner do a very glitch-heavy speedrun of it. So I know more story than I do gameplay already. What about G, Poison Darth Frog? Can G also be the capital of New Guinea? I have played more of Tinykin Bad at Buttons, but I still haven't finished it because honestly, I don't game as much in my free time as I used to. I don't have as much free time as I used to have, which is very upsetting. Mr. Lady QEW. But I did play more Tinykin. It's still a very cute game. So I stole this guy's key again, mostly because I could. I was here in time to do it. Great. And this is the cutscene that I'm here for. That's Old Guinea. Okay. Well, thank you for clarifying, Poison Darth Frog. Now I'll try to keep track. So this is the guy that we haven't solved yet. Anyway, go away. Thanks. Hi. Right. Hi. Sorry, I didn't give her enough of a panic attack the first time that I spoke with her. A clue at 11:30, please come to the kitchen. I wonder if the flow of time is still normal. This is probably the wrong way to do this, but... Nope. See, I'm doing it backwards. Oh, I can't change that while I'm in the inn. That somewhat makes sense, actually. Whoa! Nope, wrong room. Not where I wanted to go. Your main goal is to give everyone a sufficient panic attack the first time you speak with them. That's entirely valid. So I'm just fast forwarding a little bit. Because we need to wait till 11:30, and that's still quite a long time. But at the very least, we can jump ahead for some of it. Then we'll hang out here until she gets here again. Okay, so she gives us a letter, we post the letter, and then we need to do the laundry pool thing where we meet up with Cafe. I'm pretty sure we need to do that because we need to be able to get into the laundry pool later for the curiosity shop guys. So Some of these required events, I'm not actually sure if they're required or not. But I'll do a bunch of them anyways, because I'm just not sure. Let them know how it feels to be an introvert. Yes. Just why are you speaking to me? It's a great point. So I am hoping to finish this quest today. Now the thing is that makes 2 things left to do. I don't think I'm gonna finish this quest and one of the things. This is tricky. This is tricky, chat. Because usually I only stream once a week. I tend to stream Wednesday nights at 7 p.m. Eastern time, which is what this time is for me. Well, it's 8:10 now, but it was 7 when I started. That's the point. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. And I'm good to stream next week, but I think the week after that, I'm getting called for like a big round of overtime because of something that was just launched at my work. And so I'm not confident that I'll be available Wednesday night. And even if I am, I'm not confident that I'm going to be awake, depending on the overtime from like everything that I'm doing that week. And so I was really hoping I could finish this game and then take that week and then come back and start a new game. I think I can get 5 more pieces of heart. That's weird. That feels like I'm missing some. 1, 2, 3, 4. Will get me another one. 5. I'm missing 2 pieces of heart? I thought I was only missing 1. I know I'm missing the swamp shooting gallery, but what other one am I missing? Well, that's a puzzle and a half. This quest is much more stressful the first time through. The second time through, it's a lot more chill, and also I have less to do. Suggestions as to gameplay? Because I'd be cool with that. If you have suggestions. I don't actually think the boss fight is going to take me that long, and so maybe it's okay. So, for some reason, my walkthrough seems to suggest that there's a secret shrine. Possible heart pieces that you might have missed. Yeah. So, I haven't done the swamp shooting gallery. I think the secret shrine might be a real thing, and if it is, it probably has a piece of heart in it. And then I know that there's 4 that I can't get yet. And there's another one for a mask that I haven't earned yet. Secret Shrine is real. Okay, cool. Great. So then that's the one that I wasn't calculating. Because I know when I earn the last mask is the postman's hat, chat. So I just have to figure out how to get the postman's hat off of him. And then when I have the postman's hat, all I have to do is check a mailbox to get a piece of heart. So that's one of them. There's 4 that are sneaky sneaky. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. That leaves 2 left, and that should be Secret Shrine and Swamp Shooting Gallery. So apparently I have got the Gossip Stone one. Because this seems to be checking out in terms of a correct number of pieces of heart if I'm skipping the Swamp Shooting Gallery for now. TM. Anju, hurry up! You walk so slowly! Wait. It is nighttime, right? I did make it nighttime? She is coming, right, chat? Good. Thank goodness.
I think Oracle of Ages is next on the list. If Buttons is still here, maybe she can confirm for me whether I'm supposed to play Seasons first or Ages first. I think she said Ages first. Okay, cool. So she got a letter from her missing fiance. And she wants me to put it in the post box and then stalk the postman, because obviously the postman is going to know where Cafe is and won't just tell her. And so I'm going to follow him as he goes to deliver this letter tomorrow. And then find out where her boyfriend has gone. I think that I could play either. I don't think the order matters from that perspective. I love this detail. This is such a great detail. I think Buttons just thought in terms of enjoyment, I might prefer it that way around. I don't even know why I'm rushing. Aha! Oh. Press start. Deposit letter. Cool. Nope. She also has a bad habit of headbutting people. It's true, her bows were very like... Okay, for true 100%, I need to play Ages, then Seasons, and Seasons, then Ages. Swapping back and forth. That's interesting. $6 a.m. I don't think I get to jump this. Yeah. Technically, this only works until a certain time. Okay, so it needs to be 3 in the afternoon, and then I have some talking. This is fine. You preferred Seasons overall? Swap each time I beat a dungeon? Oh. That's not a terrible idea. How does that work with the Nintendo Switch Online? Because I normally use... Like, you guys know that I use suspend points a lot. And I can use suspend points in between games, but is that, like, am I able... So if save states are within the games, like, basically my question is, do I need the actual save file in one of them updated to a certain point in order to get the benefit of that in the other one? Or is that a matter of codes or, like, information that I learn? Make a channel point redemption to swap games. Trash. Okay, so if it's all codes between them, then I don't have to change my style of gameplay. I can still be dependent on save states and just swap back and forth. I think that's a really funny idea, Pseudorudo. I probably want to put a cooldown limit on that. I would imagine I want to put a cooldown limit on that. That sounds like it would be pure chaos, which is very much what I'm here for. Just like swap games. What was I playing before? I'm now playing something. I'd have to change my category every time. Stream title: Legend of Zelda, Oracle of Seasons and or Ages. Trash but delicious, delicious trash. Your cat's favorite thing. That's beautiful. I honestly think that's a really cool suggestion. I think it will make me actively worse at making progress in either game, and it will make me extremely confused at all times. But how is that different from any other Wednesday? Gosh, it takes so long for time to just happen in this game. I say only this time and at no other time during the playing of these games. Okay. I wait for Cafe, talk to Cafe, take the pendant to Anju, and then I need it to be day 3. Cool. Cool. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. The forced switching every few minutes annoyed me to no end. You know what? That's fair. I don't usually like being told what to do by a game unless I'm confused, at which point I really appreciate being told what to do by a game. There's a non-zero amount of my brain that goes that's actually kind of similar to when you're playing the story mode in Super Smash Bros. Brawl, because you don't get to choose characters for that. There are specific characters that you have to play each section of the story mode as. And that was really interesting to me because it kind of forced me to learn mechanics of characters that I otherwise might not have picked. Time for bed. I hope you have a wonderful sleep, Plum, and good for you going to bed because it's late. You've got this. Solve all the things, collect all the stuff, kick all the butts, befriend all the monsters. Absolutely. Will do. And I will see you another day, sir. You should have enjoyed it more, but you hated the interruptions. Honestly, that's valid. It doesn't matter how much you wish you enjoyed a game. If you didn't manage it, then you didn't manage it. Not every game is for everyone. Not every book is for everyone. Legends and Lattes, however, is for all y'all. That's not necessarily true. I make no promises. I just thought it was really good. I thought it was going to be really good when I judged it by its cover, and then it actually was really good, and that's so rare. Like, I used to do a book club chat with a friend of mine, wherein we would go to a chapters together and we would just browse, and then we would agree upon a book, judged entirely based on the cover contrasted with the summary. And when we found a book that we both thought, I can get invested in that, we would both buy it. Then we would go home, read it, and when we were done reading the books, we would touch base and like find another time to hang out, right? Like that, very informal, but so fun. And so we always judged books by their cover. And this is actually the root of the Lady Q's book reviews. My walkthrough says that I can't do it after 6. And so I am going to wait instead. But I think it's wrong, and I think you're right, and I'm just being patient. It's fine. I'm fine. I'm not bitter about all this waiting. Lady Q's book reviews initially as an idea came from this, because reading some of these books that I had judged by their cover, I had to talk about them. I had to summarize them. I had to be like, listen, you guys don't understand what I've just experienced. Most of them did not live up to their hype. The cover and the summary were fascinating and engaging and investing, and then actually reading the book was so blah. And Legends and Lattes was not that. Legends and Lattes, I looked at the cover, went, that book's gonna be amazing, and then I read it and went, that book was amazing. Hooray. I wonder if it is a 3DS version thing. There's a lot of stuff that is different in the 3DS in very subtle ways, but the timing especially is something that I think gets changed. I know a lot more about D&D mentality than I should for someone who's never actually played it. That's solid Poisoned Earth Frog. That's solid and very funny. Okay, well, eventually Kafe's gonna come back in here. I'm gonna finish my informal, unofficial snack in the meantime. Boy, I'm glad that he trusts me.
Poison Death Frog, it's your favorite line. I'm actually gonna read this out loud again because it's just too funny.
The cafe we're looking for is an adult. When I look at you, I just see a child.
It's dangerous to go alone. When I look at you, I just see a child. It's right up there with,
I'm looking for an assistant. You're a boy.
so good. Girl boss implied.
Well, you're just careless, just like my partner.
My gosh, Tattle has...
I pity you.
She is savage in this conversation. It's my favorite. Though you may not understand these grown-up matters, since grown-ups are stubborn. You should probably take the pendant to her anyway. Okay. So now I'm gonna go back to the inn.
I pity this careless child.
Great summary of every insult that she gave. Oh, Tattle. I see. Speak first. Did I meet him? I made her panic again, chat. Okay, so I gave her the pendant. This is fine. So the next thing that I need to do, after I give her the pendant, I can eavesdrop on her conversation with her mom. I can eavesdrop on the dude selling the thing to the curiosity shop. Not important. And headbutt the counter. Whoopsh. The thing is, if she were actually apologizing all of that much, there would have been at least 2 apologies in that dialogue right there, and there were 0 apologies there, so I really don't think it's like a character flaw of her. She doesn't even apologize as much as a regular Canadian would. Okay, but actually, the next thing that I need to do is I need it to be 1 p.m. on day 3. Night of the 2nd day, yes. And then I will do morning of the 3rd day, and then I will go to where I need to go and wait. She's just practicing. She's warming up so that if she ever needed to, she could smash that counter in half. Clearly. It's why she needs the whole pivot. The backswing is just as important. These games are so confusing, the oncoming storm. What I will say is the actual playing of them wasn't bad. When I was trying to follow the story, that was fairly, like, I could tell what I needed to do. Some of the side quests have been mental.
And this is the most mental of all the mental side quests. This is insane. And so this specific quest, I have not even attempted without a walkthrough. I literally was just like, listen, I know when I'm not having fun, and trying to figure out this quest through trial and error would not be having fun. And so we're just gonna walk through this quest. She's dual-handed. Great reference. So as of 1 p.m., this door is going to be unlocked, and I'm going to be able to go in and get the Keaton mask, but, well, go into where I got the Keaton mask. But most importantly, I will again get the special delivery to Mama. And at that point, we have what we need. So strong. The wings are very pretty. Lady Kiwi, why? Why do I have to do all this heavy lifting? I really do everything for all of these people. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, they're so cute. Those look like they're from Card Captors. I don't know if they are or not, but they look like it. Yes. Poisoned Arthrog, yes. Duel with the AL is 2, and duel with the EL is fight. I see. I think in my head, I assumed that as you were writing it, you were going for the pun, which means you were trying to tell me both at once, which means I received it as both words, even though you had spelled one of them. Is it 1 p.m. yet? We can just jam out. That's okay. I'll eat a pickle. I think it's gonna get me every time. I'm just not expecting this level of pickle. Dill is such a strong flavor. Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Masters, it's time! 2. See, that was a great joke. No, it was a joke. It was a joke and it was funny. I'm gonna keep laughing at that. Oh, hello. Hi, K Menzel. K Menzel, is Jack of all trades Canadian or not? Sorry, that was important. The only thing that should taste that much like pickle is not a thin slice of potato. That is true. Like, there's so much dill, it tastes like a good food meal that includes dill. I also thought it was on purpose. Okay, so Jack of all trades is not a Canadian show, but it is a little known show from the early aughts that did not have a very long run, as far as I can tell. But it's not Canadian, which is fine. Sometimes I get confused. K-Menzel makes me watch a lot of CanCon. It's like a requirement by law in our house. It didn't seem very Canadian. But what do I know? 1 p.m. I can do this, chat. I can be patient. It was part of the power hour. Okay, Menzel. It got canceled, and then Cleopatra 2525 was all of the power hour. Oh, back-to-back action hour. So different from the power hour. What even? What are these things? I'm pretty sure you're making these up, K Menzel. Also, hello. I need to get the letter to Mama. You remember Cleopatra 2525? That is amazing, Koopa. I hope that even some of those memories are good ones. It was replaced by the Universal Action Pack that was Hercules. So not worth it. Hey dude, I am the green hat kid. That's why I'm wearing a green hat. You didn't like it? That's fair. It is unhinged. One of us. You also don't like it. Sorry. Whoops. I'm kidding. There are things to enjoy about it. Settle down, Beavis. Hello. 16. Thank you very much for redeeming seasonal candy, Beavis. My seasonal candy, as chosen by my mother in honor of Mother's Day, is Lindor chocolates. It's not like I didn't like it. You just weren't interested. Yeah, that's fair. Definitely, like, as a show, it's a unique vibe, and it seems totally legit that not everybody would be interested in that vibe. Why is this a liquid?
Sorry, I don't understand.
I'm so sorry. I shouted that so loud that my little servant on the wall that turns on lights and like makes timers for me responded. And it was confused. Okay. Cleopatra is not to be liked. It is to be an early introduction to Gina Torres. That's valid. There's only a redemption for 1, 3, and last. I'm uncertain if I was last. You're probably somewhere close to that, Beavis. Okay, Menzel, thank you for redeeming last after like 3 other people did. I think Poison Darth Frog did it first. Willis Wifey, thank you very much for redeeming 3rd. Why is this so? Oh, the little servant that sets timers for me is different from my husband, yes. That's amazing. Great question. Okay, Poison Darth Frog, thank you very much for redeeming Rant About. Why is this a liquid? Okay. No, but actually, these were in the fridge for a week. They've been out of the fridge for an hour and a half. How is it so hot in here that they have liquefied? The desk isn't warm. They're not next to the computer. What is causing this? Why is it a liquid? And also, why did the center start out as a liquid? Lindor, come on. I need to be able to eat this. I'm several floors up and heat rises. Okay. The ambient air temperature is like 26. Thank you for your reasonable responses. Okay. So I have the letter to Mama, which is important. Or whatever that is in American. That's actually a very good question. What is 26 Celsius in Fahrenheit? Just under 80? That is too warm. You've got to be kidding me. Okay. 78.8. Okay, well, that is trash levels of hot. Hence, my dumpster mug. It's on fire. That's so warm. Okay. 5-stream streak. We don't decimalize our freedom units. 79. Okay. I don't want to do this wrong, so I'm going to make a suspend point here. But I think I need it to be 6 p.m., which means I think I can do this. This sounds like a fun weekly science show. Why is this a liquid with Lady QEW? That's a great question. Okay, after 6 p.m. at the post office, bring the letter to the post office, give it to the postman, follow him to the latte milk bar. So we're gonna do some stalking, chat. I mean, why is this a liquid with Lady QAW? Sounds a lot like that series that was on YouTube, Will It Blend? I don't know if they're still making new episodes of that, but I used to watch those like borderline obsessively. It was fascinating to me. The average American lifespan is 76.33. I presume that's also measured in awful. Normally gaseous elements become liquid on different planets and stuff. That's true and actually kind of cool. Okay, so I need to go into the post office. Hello? I'm trying to open the door. So weird. Okay. Hi. I want to flee, but it's not written on the schedule. Oh, Chad. I have never related so hard to a character in my life before. And also melt things just for fun. Why is this a liquid? Because I lit something on fire near it, and now it's melted. That's why it's a liquid. Anyway, this guy right here. I want to flee, but it's not written on the schedule. That is commitment right there. And also potentially some neurodivergency. You're right. It's not written on the schedule. But you know what else is not on the schedule here? You relate to Anne of Green Gables. Did Willis pull your hair once many, many years ago? Are you a redhead? Sorry, you don't have to answer that. Does your name have an E in it? Also, please don't answer that. Anne of Green Gables is such a sweet character. And also angry. She's so sweet and so angry. And I love her. Are you a Japanese school child? Kim Enzel, what is that question? Wifey does have an E in it. You're right, Buttons. But thank you, Willis, for like real answers and clarification. Like Anne of Green Gables is such an iconic character for me. And also is a delight. And like I read her and I go, she's so sweet. And I recognize that like functionally she's not always sweet, but I always experience her in a way that like very much makes it feel like she's in the right for everything. Species endangered, but that's kind of an everyone thing. Why is it a liquid? Well, you see, because we evaporated all the water and now everything else is liquefying due to heat. That's going to be the last episode of Why Is This a Liquid with Lady QEW. You're probably wondering why everything is a liquid. Let me start back in the beginning with the Big Bang. I was obsessed with Anne with an E. Oh. Okay, Kate Menzel is explaining. In Japan, Anne of Green Gables is the prototypical North American literature on the curriculum. As a Canadian, I feel honored by that. This is a priority mail seal. This is the highest of priorities. I shall deliver it. Okay. I think he's going to get his bag and his hat. You know what? I actually want to follow this guy. Because his dedication to his craft is astounding. Okay. Okay. We're gonna go out the door first. I would assume, Willis Wifey, that Anne of Green Gables was one of your favorite books. Whoops. I jumped in the water to no good purpose. It's a pretty big W for Canada to have that and not something US-centric. That is true. So now here's the thing. He's about to go in there. I'm just going to confirm. I don't think I need to follow him in. I think I need to wait outside, which is very interesting because what it means is if I did this quest to its end earlier than this and hadn't done the Romani Ranch stuff, I still would have gotten an end to the quest. It just wouldn't have been the actual end. Okay, follow him. After a bit, he'll come out and stand near the exit. Speak with him while he is standing near the exit. Great. Okay. For some reason, I'm frightened that I'm gonna miss talking to him. Oh, that feels like a loaded question, K. Menzel. I don't know. I'm thinking, though, because it's on the tip of my tongue that I had a somewhat snarky answer to that. Country music. Quaint country optimism, but American. Hello. Oh, hello. Let me talk to you. Let me talk to you. Hello. I have decided to flee. It is an order from the postmaster. I am now free. I can set my own schedule. I don't need this anymore. So here. This is the dignified hat that allows me to check the mail. And I saved a troubled public servant and then he leapfrogged over my head. Well, there we go, chat. That is indeed a mask. I wonder if I can check this now. That wouldn't be dramatic enough of a topic for us Americans to read in school. You are doing a great job. Ka-ching! Some item other than a letter has been deposited. Here is a piece of heart. Nice work. Ka-ching! There we go. That was like the easiest piece of heart in the game. Get the postman's hat, actually do things. Okay, so there's the 4 that I can't get yet, and then there's 2. So one of those is Swamp Shooting Gallery, one of those is apparently Secret Shrine. So, is that all the masks? Gasp! I think it might be. Now, chat, you might note that this spot is empty. I don't want to spoil this game that is decades old, but you cannot have all the masks on the screen ever at the same point in the game. You earn the mask that goes in this spot by trading away every other mask on this screen. And so I will have only 1 mask left after I do that. And you do that as preparation for the boss fight. Because this is a game that understands how to reward 100%. If you get all of the masks, you basically get a hack for the boss fight in the form of this mask. And I loved that. That solidified for me loving this game when I learned that. Because I was not told that in advance the first time I played the game. I got to the boss fight. I was confused as all get out for a really long time during the preparatory stuff for the boss fight. And then I finally eventually got it and was like, oh. Pseudo-Rudo, don't damage my heart. Last mask, best mask. That's fair. Fiercely awesome mask. You can reset with the final mask. Get the mask, restart time, go destroy everyone. But my full inventory screen. I know, I was disappointed by that too. It's fine. We'll get over it somehow. That's like my metric for 100%ing. It's fine. It's fine. I'm fine. I feel fine about this. Okay. I know, like, this is... I'm fine. This is fine. That's your Imperial for 100%ing fight. I have 6 pieces of heart left, only 5 of which I'm going to get. But I am not quite done. You are correct. I want to see if I can locate this. So the last mask and 4 of the peace hearts, I believe, are only available after I start the final boss run. And so I am only looking for 2 pieces of heart still in Termina. I might need to save reset with the mask and do the ending on the next cycle, but I can have a completely full mask screen. That's very sweet of you to suggest. I'm kind of okay with playing the game end honestly. But yeah. That does make sense, because if you do reset the time, you get all of your other masks back, right? And so if you do it while you have Fierce Deity before you reset, like before you fight Majora's Mask, then you keep Fierce Deity and also get all your other masks. Kind of okay with imperfection. Who are you and what did you do with our streamer? I've never really been that invested in glitches to get things that I didn't earn. That's the thing. Actually, you know what? I can answer that question fully, settled on Beavis. The swamp shooting gallery broke me. So I am missing 2 heart containers on the top of the screen, which means I can be missing up to 8 pieces of heart. But as you can see from the screen, I already have 2, which means I am only missing 6 pieces of heart. I know where 4 of them come from because they come from the final boss chaos. At least I think so. Someone tell me if I'm making this up. When I go through the clock tower in order to fight the final boss, it gets super weird and wobbly for a little while, and I'm just in a field and there's some kids, and I trade them all my masks to get the Fierce Deity mask. But I think something else that I do is like almost like mini games or mini puzzles to earn 4 more pieces of heart. I think that that is true. So I really hope I'm not wrong, because I am expecting 4 pieces of heart and a mask from the final boss fight. That being said, that means I have 2 more pieces of heart left in the world. One of them is from a secret shrine, which I honestly thought that I made up for a little bit, because like I don't have proper memory of it, but I think it exists, and Sudorudo has confirmed that it exists, so we're gonna go find it. And the other one is from the Swamp Shooting Gallery, and the Swamp Shooting Gallery broke me, which means I am already not going to be 100%ing this game. Because unless I can beat the Swamp Shooting Gallery within the next week on my own time, I am going into the boss fight without that piece of heart. It is too frustrating for me to have to deal with the Swamp Shooting Gallery. And what I will say is, if any of y'all who know that you can do this happen to find yourself in Canada on a Wednesday at some point, you can sit in this chair and do it for me. I am so done with how frustrating it is. So I am going to continue to try on my own time, but it's making me angry. So I will allow myself for this game to not worry about having a full mask screen. Saving with the mask is not a glitch. Bomb hovers. That's fair. This is looking really good. Okay. So my goal is to locate the shrine. That's the first thing that I'm trying to do. And the thing is, I think I almost located the shrine the first time I came to Icana Canyon, because I was suspicious about the water. And I do actually think that's the thing that I'm supposed to be suspicious of. but I don't know how to do this. So is it this way? Is it the other way? Is it something else? Oh, that's neat. That's not where I thought I was going to be, so it might be in the other direction. I did not expect that wraparound. That is extremely funny to me. Oh, I should probably, actually, now that I think about it, my inventory is entirely empty. That's hilarious and probably matters. It is a testament to the streamer's love for me that she hasn't asked me to do any of the shooting gallery work for her. Okay, Menzel, if you tell me right now that you can beat it, all of that changes. However, I think that we're in the same boat on this and that we're both like kind of equally skilled at this sort of game, and therefore, I love you, darling, but you are no help to me. You've never tried? I rest my case. Okay, I might actually need to be in the fields for this. Was that mentioned in the wedding vows? Amazing. I'm annoyed by this. I forgot to gather bombs and arrows, chat. I'm so silly. So silly. He's not gonna want to let me leave. Because he keeps, like, only noticing my sword way later. Chat, why doesn't he just let me leave? Why doesn't he just remember me? Professor Darthrock, that's a great depiction of our relationship. Bombs and arrows. Bombs and arrows. You keep giving me money. I don't want money. Bombs and arrows, please. Thank you. Okay. Okay, how we doing? 10 bombs, 30 arrows. Okay. There actually might be an added vow towards helping each other beat games. If I was playing a game that I knew K Menzel could beat for me, I absolutely would. I am not shy about that. I just, like, forgive me, honey. I don't necessarily think you're that much better than me at Zelda games. Not that I'm, like, great at Zelda games. I just, like, you're really good at games that are, like, 20 years before this. 5-stream streak! Mexico! That's amazing! There's arrows here. I would like those. Actually, yes, please. Okay, so just in case I need some of these things, I now have them. Now we can go back and go in the other direction. Probably. I really don't fully know what I'm doing, but I'm pretty sure that there's something sneaky about Icana Canyon water. About this way. Oh. That was very dramatic. Secret shrine behind waterfall. Great. So it was just the other direction, which is fantastic. Other than the total lack of fairies? Did I slow down time? It did, right? It's still only 7. We're probably fine. I don't know what I want. Okay. Okay. But I found the secret shrine, chat. And that's important. And I also found, like, all of the masks. And that is similarly important. It's important for a very different reason, but it's still important. Okay. Okay, so here's the thing. Third, rant, redeem. I've done those. We're fine. We're fine. Okay, so here's the thing. We're getting very, very close to finishing. I don't know how long the boss fight is going to take me, and I also don't know how long this shrine is going to take me, but my aim is going to be to try to finish this next week. And that's partially why I'm skipping the Swamp Shooting Gallery piece of heart. I just cannot deal. And why I'm probably going to skip the reset that lets me have the full mask screen, because I don't actually know what sort of time compression I'm going to be working with. Thank you, Mexico. I really appreciate that. Because basically what's happening is next week, I'm going to be streaming Wednesday night at 7 p.m. as per usual. But the following week, I think I'm going to have to cancel due to some rounds of overtime that are coming up at work. And so if I have to cancel, I'd much rather be finished this game so that I can do a clean start with Oracle of Seasons and Oracle of Ages after that break. I think that would help my brain make more sense of it. And so that being said, that means that next week what I'm going to try to do is figure out the deal with this secret shrine and complete it. And then I'm actually going to try to boss fight, which feels a little crazy to me. I don't know how rough that's going to be. And so I might end up streaming a little later next week. I hope I don't have to stream too much later. But like, I really would love to do those things. I just know that the boss fight, if it really is how I remember it going, because I have played this game before and I did get all the masks, which means I did get like trade everything for the Fierce Deity mask and like do all of that stuff already. I feel like I recall there being a lot more to it. It's not just walk-in boss fight. It's walk-in and like weird pseudo side quests and then boss fight. Maybe we shouldn't make you talk for half an hour at the beginning. Maybe I'll just start the game immediately and you can make me talk while also trying to figure out the secret shrine, and that seems like that would be trash and also very funny. We'll see. But we found the secret tunnel through the mountain behind the waterfall. Secret, 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 secret shrine. And I am fairly excited about that. So that's the game plan. We're going to try to stream next week to make that all possible. I'm honestly wondering if I could somehow swing starting early and also going late and just doing a long stream. I'll try to figure out what on earth is going on, but that's the goal, chat. And so next week I am going to do my best to finish this game. So if you want to see that best through the canyon, that's so great. Then you should be here next week. That's my pitch. Through the mountains. This is such a great song. I love this song. So we're gonna go fight your boss. Poison Darthrog, that's great. Okay, so we're gonna find a friend to raid. I'll give y'all 3 guesses, and the first 2 almost don't count. We're gonna raid Fiend, chat. She's playing Fortnite tonight, which is not my favorite game, but Fiend is absolutely a delight at all times to me. And so, and she's also, from the last time I watched her play Fortnite, she's really good. That's great, Willis. So if you happen to have the emotes, oh my gosh, I cannot function with this. If you happen to have the emotes, you can feel free to grab the raid message. Everything's fine. I'm fine. I totally remember what I'm doing and how to press buttons. I do not remember that, but it's okay. It was wonderful to have you guys here. I really enjoyed myself, and I hope you guys did too. And it was wonderful to see y'all here. Thank you for keeping me snacked up and chatted, and I'm just feeling really happy tonight. Thank you guys for joining me, for being patient with my mess of gameplay for this, and I'm excited to see what we get to do next week. And nice to meet you, wifey. So we're gonna raid Fiend. Please enjoy your time there. And until I see you next, have yourself a wonderful rest of your Wednesday, a wonderful week, a wonderful weekend. And as always, keep it cute. Bye for now.